3 minutes. It took only 3 minutes for me to completely forget that this movie was directed by a YouTuber. Let's talk about it. Shelby Oaks is the story of Riley Brennan, one of the members of the Paranormal Paranoids, a group of YouTubers who document footage of creepy abandoned places and their potentially supernatural events, until Riley and the rest of the group mysteriously disappear, never to be seen again. That is, until her sister Mia finds a tape that not only may give her a clue as to what happened to Riley, but also to a potential demonic force behind her vanishing. Now, if that plot summary sounds way too complicated, you will be happy to know that Shelby Oaks walks that line perfectly without losing its balance. What that means is that you have so many different types of horror spread throughout its runtime. This is the most variety I have seen in any film in a while. One scene will have you staring at the television watching these tapes. You and Mia will watch a scene, she'll say, "Wait, what was that?" and then play the scene for you again just to realize that there was something in the background the whole time. But the next scene may have Mia walking down the hallway with, let's just say a lot of doors, where anyone or anything could pop out at any moment. You're constantly hooked because you're constantly seeing something new. Shelby Oaks really never pulls the same trick twice. The best compliment that I can give to Shelby Oaks is that its horror wasn't just tense. It wasn't just scary. It was interesting. It gave me that feeling of wanting to both hide behind my hands but also lean forward to tell what was going on. Everyone in my theater was yelling at Mia at the screen saying, "Do not go into that house!" But you secretly still want her to, because that's where the answers are. That's where the mystery solving happens. That feeling of wanting to scream at your screen is not an easy thing to pull off, and Shelby Oaks does it. It earns those moments. As a matter of fact, just off the top of my head, there are 3 moments in particular that I just can't stop thinking about. It made me go, wow, what a genuinely creative idea. I got chills, not just from the horror of the moment, but the execution of the moment. It was something that I don't think I've seen before. A lot of that creativity comes through the music and sound design as well. The soundtrack, surprisingly great here. It takes that thick and crunchy Jaws theme, you know the one. Here it is, in case for some reason you were born yesterday. It takes that sound, whatever that sound is, and turns it into this haunting melody. As if, like in Jaws, an unseen threat is always getting closer and closer. If I have a small complaint to lobby against Shelby Oaks, it's against Mia, the main character. The actress is great, don't get me wrong. She sells the bravery when she needs to. She sells the fear when she needs to. I just had no emotional connection to her character. Shelby Oaks tries to give her one, mainly related to a previous marriage that she had, but that's it's really glossed over. It almost feels like it was put in there because there wasn't any emotional connection to begin with, and they just needed something. But if I have a bigger complaint against Shelby Oaks, it's that unfortunately, gun to my head, I could not explain the ending to you. This movie has a missing person element and a supernatural element. The mystery of what happened to Riley Brennan I really liked. It was tied up in a satisfying way, no doubt. It's one of the things that I think everyone might be able to agree on was pulled off really well. And it was fun to uncover the clues with Mia throughout the film to get there. Just like how you're constantly seeing something new with the horror, you're also learning something new with this mystery. But that's what the missing person side of things. The supernatural mystery? The whole demonic force behind everything is what drives this film to a very confusing conclusion. There may be 5 clues that Shelby Oaks maybe gives to you to make sense of the ending, and only 2 of them really line up. So yeah, you have this ending, and in a moment you're like, whoa, what? But in the car ride home, you think to yourself, okay, I see how that makes sense. But what about that character? That doesn't really line up anymore. And what about this other thing that happened at the beginning? The markings on the tree? What? It's something I really can't talk about without spoilers, obviously. But definitely let me know if you want a spoiler video on this. I'd be happy to chat about it with y'all. Maybe we can come to some conclusion, I don't know. So yeah, Stuckman has some room for improvement on his plotting and story skills, whatever the right vocab term is for that. But his craft, his style, it's absolutely there. on his first major attempt. It's a unique and engaging blend of horror and mystery and different types of both. It's just as tense as it is intriguing. And even if it does stumble towards the end, it does land on its feet more than not. Stuckman also does a lot with what is clearly a small budget. I think IMDb says $1.4 million. It feels really high quality. There's only like maybe one scene I can think of where I'm like, the CGI could have been cleaned up there a bit. That looks like PlayStation Resident Evil. But the rest of it, I thought, oh my god, how did they afford that? How did they do that? So yeah, if you couldn't tell, I really liked Shelby Oaks. I liked the ride this movie took me on. Even if I left the theater scratching my head a bit too much on the ending, the scares here are great. The mystery here is great. The variety of sequences is just so much fun. And I'm shocked the movie is able to balance it as much as it does. Despite its flaws, you still go home at the end of the night scared to look outside your bedroom window. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that Stuckman pulled it off. I'm truly excited to have such a cool, new, promising young voice within the horror space. And that's coming from me, a guy who he does not like horror, okay? He's scared to edit this video, all right? So you should really trust me when I say you should absolutely go watch Shelby Oaks in theaters. But what did you think of Shelby Oaks? Or just in general, what spooky stuff are you watching during the spooky season? Let me know down in the comments below, and for more movie chats like these over a cup of coffee, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.